Salinger. It's some months ago, in the streets of Shepherd's End. You turn a corner, and there she is. You thought you were ready for this, but when you see it in her hands, you realize your time has come.
Oh, Sal, hey, I know that usually I just kind of leave books for you on your doorstep, but I thought this was more important to give to you in person. Here you go. And she hands you a packet. It's wrapped in a silk scarf, in a bright cherry red, and inside you can feel the weight of a book.
Oh, you got me an outfit for my books.
Well, yeah, I mean, it only seemed right to give you double gift, because just open it. You'll see. It goes together.
Here? Now?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I mean, you don't. I don't want to wait. You just open it.
Yep. Pull the silk thread off of it and see what's inside.
Yeah, you realize that the silk scarf is like a silk cravat, and you are holding the Gent's Manual of Style: 50 Ways to Tie a Cravat by Robert Petersham, and there's a new silk scarf with it. And she's if you look inside, I added some notes like we normally do, and you see some notes like a most dapper look, and then one that looks very complicated that she says literally impossible to achieve. I tried. Yeah, I did try. I tried some of them, but that one, I mean, maybe you'll be able to do it. I just couldn't get the scarf to, it didn't work for me. But it'll look really good on you.
Thank you. It's incredibly thoughtful.
You're welcome.
Oh gosh. Wait. Do I exist?
I don't know. Do you?
It's a question we must all ask ourselves.
Do we exist, or are we just the thought of a mysterious being in the universe?
The truth
Only
is,
two of you have ever met me in person. Do I exist?
You do.
the truth is, it doesn't really matter, one way or the other. Eat Arby's.
Damn it! I was just about to do that.
Okay,
Chris, he went to go get a silk scarf. I assume the scene is mostly done, but I don't know.
Okay, sounds good.
We
We're
stopped
still
because you just-
recording. I think everything's still good.
Did we say anything after he left? I can't remember.
Yeah, about that. All right, I'm pause recording. I might have gotten disconnected at the very end of your scene, so maybe do the very end of it again.
Now Sean's eating chocolate.
It's a festival chocolate.
Taught me an awkward moment to give me a gift from a mouthful.
I like your
Again.
accent even more after watching Glass Onion and Knives Out.
Guess where we would have left up would have been. Oh, this is extremely thoughtful.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw the book and I knew it was the perfect thing for your library to keep. So you don't need to pass this one back to me. It's yours to have. You'll have to teach me how to tie some of them later.
What does the cover of the book look like?
It's neat. Fairly new. There's like a little wear on the edge of the corners, like somebody else has owned it once before, but they took good care of it or didn't use it at all. And it's I want to say like a sleek black leather with gold imprint that says the Gents Manual of Style: 50 Ways to Tie a Cravat.
I have messaged either or both of you if you have been newly inducted to a cult. Salinger, as you look down at the ropes you've used to tie the legs of this dinosaur, reminds you of a cravat from a time long ago. It's been just moments now since the attack of the Ornockuses. Small, juvenile, snappy, sharp teeth, sharp claws. In the forests, the silent wood, west of Shepherd's End. You found a tear in the world, like a window to another place. It leads to a land you've never seen, and all around it, imprinted in the leaves and the mud, are the tracks of creatures. Some of them are clearly the Ornockus. Some of them something else. Some of them are big. Slung over your shoulder is the one that you've knocked unconscious. Bound up so it can't snap and claw and bite you. You can feel its labored breathing close to your ear. Your friends are around you, some of them just slightly wounded. Looks like nobody's too bad off. The other creatures that were nearby, they've fled deeper into the forest, and for the moment, just for the moment, it seems like you're all safe.
Well, are you going to toss it back through or what?
I'm planning on dragging it back for us to figure out what makes them tick. Maybe there's a way we can avoid them instead of having to make loud noises to scare them off.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Shalati can train them up. Maybe they're smart as sheep, or all else failing, maybe Doc can slice it up and tell us how they tick.
As your stomach grumbles a bit, you realize it's been a while since you had meat.
We could eat it right now.
But
But
I'm not going to talk about
more,
the rip in time and space in front of us.
I was just going to
Right.
say, I think it's a little more important to see if we can. Is this where they're all coming from? She looks at the prints coming out of the thing.
Casey throws a rock through the portal.
Yeah, you throw it through. Roll just a dexterity check, not a difficult one.
Oh my god, this is the meteor that destroys the dinosaurs.
Or from them looking at it from that high up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that's a dirty 20. You throw it, it goes right through. There's a rippling, like in the air. You see the rock on the other side.
Where do you think it goes?
Fluffy's going to stick her hand through.
Yeah. You approach, slowly stick your hand through.
In real life, Kate gasped, so Peach also went, ah!
There's a strange sensation. It's like shoving your hand first like through molasses, but it's not wet. It's just something's resisting, and you push through. It's not hard. Your hand goes through. The side of your arm brushes the edge of this tear. It's not very wide right now. It's just barely wide enough to get your arm through. And you can feel resistance as your arm brushes the side. And you realize, you can't get deeper than, your elbow. Your bicep and tricep are too large.
Shalati, what are you doing?
Casey walks closer. I mean, I wasn't really fond of that rock, but I appreciate the sentiment.
So it's too small for her to stick her head through, right? Since you're saying the bicep can't.
Yeah, you can just get right
Okay.
up to your elbow.
She withdraws her arm and then looks at it again, just doesn't pick her, just like goes to you.
It was slightly, you realize that it was warmer on the other side. Balmy, like summer.
Felt warm there.
Look, Shalati, I know it's interesting and all, but you gotta not make impulsive decisions, even as a lark. There are like 10 able-bodied folk around here who can fight these kind of things. You can't just go sticking your arm in a place where there might be something that could slice it off, or you can't do that. You cannot put yourself at that kind of risk. That is not funny. Throwing a rock, fine. Don't do that sort of shit again. I expect that from Casey, and even he didn't do that.
The fissure moves erratically. A portion of it widens maybe as much as your shoulder, just enough to get your arm in there, and shrinks down to where you could barely fit your wrist inside.
Well, it seems if something came through here, it was much bigger than it is now. She's kind of wasn't. She looked at Peach during her diatribe and then just blinked at her for a minute and then went back to observing this thing.
The mom friend just got mommed.
I think that what you just said implies these might close and open at least slightly unpredictably.
Thank you, Salander. Somebody speaking sense.
I guess it is lucky it didn't close while I had my arm through.
Would have been interesting, but probably not good.
As you say that, the vertical height of it shrinks by about half.
Well, it looks like it's closing on its own, but is it opening on its own too?
Seems to be the question. And does it just open here or other places?
It's at least one other place.
None of the plants look familiar, right? Or do they?
Not unfamiliar. Looking through, you're looking at like grass and stuff like that.
Can I have I seen or heard of any of these specific species of grass? And flowers and trees and whatnot?
Real nature.
Ironically, not my best subject.
Looks like grass. Looks like trees. Not like any of the ones around Shepherd's End, though. It's a little different.
Can't tell if it's not from around here, but I think we knew that.
You've seen one of these before, Doc?
The tear? No.
You said not just here, at least one other place.
Well, it was just a guess, but it's on the other side of wherever that is. She points to the other space.
Even I put that together. It's like a tear in fabric, one side and the other.
You get like a door, I guess. It goes somewhere.
Wish as were here.
I'm not sure. Is there much we can... Should he maybe drag a log or a rock over here or something to try and block it at least? I don't know anything else to do about this.
Yeah, Sal, get that end.
All right.
Points to a really long
Those of you who are looking at the tear, it's a little hard to make sense of what you're seeing. You've never seen anything actually like this before, especially at the edges. It's a little bit like looking at a reflection in water or in metal, but it's inside out. Hard to explain. It's like looking at a candle, but backwards. It kind of looks like the very edges of it are being knitted. Like you've seen old women like crochet. But there's no needles, nothing is doing it. But then it's never finishing, it's not progressing.
Is it hovering in space?
Mm-hmm. It's about a foot off the ground.
I guess Doc's going to take out what kind of ground? I'm sorry. What's the ground? Is it grass it's hovering above?
Yeah, it's just like leaves and dirt and forest floor.
Okay, just using like a stick or something she finds around. Gonna try to kind of approach it and then using the stick kind of mark the ground under it for where it's hovering.
I think Casey and Sal come over with a fallen log. Let's see what happens.
We battering ramming or leaning this thing on it?
I mean, seemed easy enough to make it through. Glances at Shalati. Just put it in halfway. It looks like it's closing. We'll see what happens when it closes on this.
Ram it is, and we'll shove the log through there.
About halfway.
I'm probably pushing harder than I need to, just because I don't know how difficult it was for Shalata to do so.
Yeah, you guys push on it. At first, it's hard to find a spot right now that's even wide enough to fit the log, but you kind of, as it's kind of jittering erratically at the edges and changing shape, you find a moment where you can start to shove it through. On your side, some even bark gets scraped off. Then there's a moment as you're pushing it through where it shrinks narrower than it needs to be. And you're kind of stopped in place. And some pieces of bark fall. You can't push it in through anymore. You can feel it resisting, like trying to just shove it into hard ground.
Does it feel like it would stay in place if we let go of it?
Right now, yeah, it does.
Casey lets go and kind of puts his hands up, takes a step back.
Sal does the same and kind of walks around the side to see if the log's poking through, still kind of in disbelief of the whole situation.
Yeah, looking through the other side. And in fact, you realize that as you walk around it, it kind of turns with you, but the perspective changes. So you can look at it through it from any direction. But when you don't see your friend standing on the other side.
I don't think we should hang around this thing for too much longer and just remember where it is to avoid it in the future.
I think we should.
Erratically, it widens a little bit, and the log kind of falls down on your side just because there was more on your side. And you can see that the place where like the edge ate into it. I mean, at first it just looks like somebody sanded it down or took a saw to it, but it's different. It's not so. It's like a tool you haven't seen before.
We need to mark it or something. We don't want any like little bunnies or minotaurs stumbling upon this by accident and getting themselves sliced up. Like this, we don't know what it is, but we know at the very least it is dangerous.
What are the dimensions of this thing? Like, how far up from the ground is it? How tall does it go?
It's currently about 3 feet tall and about average 3 inches wide.
Just give a look around for like a rock or boulder or something.
Yeah, you found a pretty large rock.
Yeah, or sorry, yes, I meant one that's basically enough to block it as it currently is. Maybe somewhat wider, but if it's too much wider, then I don't know. It's possible to drag it.
There are no big rocks just around like that right now.
I don't think we should stay and look at this much longer, not just because of that, but because they might come back. She points to the unconscious dinosaur.
They might be coming through it. Who knows?
There does seem to be some kind of resistance. I could not get my hand through very far. Maybe if we just stick logs into it and it will lean up against it, then that might be blockage enough.
Are we trying to block it or close it?
I
And
don't
if we
know
had
how
some
to
more
block it.
dynamite,
Solution
Did
to
the rock?
everything is not dynamite.
How far did the rock go into it?
15 feet.
So, but definitely much further than my arm got.
Oh, yeah.
and we can
Look,
still
Lex-
see it over there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's leave some kind of marker here, or even one of us can stick around. I could.
Ava's marked beneath it where it is.
Okay. I feel like is the Virgin around here, or is he back in town? We should talk to somebody who might have more information about the subject before we start poking at it more. We should see if we can read about it. What all might be in, the library about it or anything. Right? We're supposed to be doing smart shit now.
You know that the verdict and Esmond, Gwen, Yev are all back in Shepherd's End. You found this in the process of searching for the maybe territory of whatever that larger creature is. That's led you here.
Yeah, this sounds like something we should ask other folks about.
I think Celeste is just going to. Sorry, can I actually get a little clarification? When the log that they put through was pushed back, how did that act? Like, I'm just trying to envision.
It wasn't pushed back. It shrank too narrowly for them to shove it farther.
Okay. But so the log is still like interposed in there, just kind of sitting.
It was, but it fell after the thing widened out a little bit more. It's changing shape erratically pretty often.
If she picks up the log and then sticks one end of it through and then just leaves like the other end on the ground, so it's, like a seesaw.
Mm-hmm. It slides down as much as you would expect it would slide, as though it were a breach in a wall. And then when it changes shape, it falls a little more. And then when it narrows in, it cuts into it. Right? And that process kind of keeps happening.
Charlotte, what are you doing?
To get her out the way to keep it from things getting through, but I think lacking something big enough to just cover it over entirely.
Look, we're not far from town. I can stay here and you all can
Absolutely
go
not.
That's worse idea than anything that they've done to this portal. We just got attacked. There were 7 more of those things that ran off. You want to be here by yourself?
No, I'm just saying.
Prints around, which means other varieties are probably over here somewhere too. We got some information. That's how we came out. Let's go back and consider it.
Does seem like something that Esmond should see. And our main purpose is finding the other Oronaki.
Is it Oronaki or Oronakuses? There's only ever one in the stories.
Oh, I don't know. I thought supposedly things that end in us and then no. I don't know. Ava, you told me that one time, and so I just always said that. But
we'll fix the grammar when we get back. Oh my god. Yeah, Ava's gonna start actually just trekking back a little bit towards the way of where they came from.
If everyone's backing away. I have one more thing I want to try.
You're not running in there.
No, I like all of my limbs. But instead, and he clicks his fingers, says a deep word in Abyssal, and a ball of flame appears in his hand. We know how it reacts to rocks, wood, and Shalati's arm. Why not fire? And if no one's close to it, he's going to toss a firebolt at, I think, at the portal. Not necessarily trying to go through, maybe trying to hit one of the edges type thing.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to do. It's not really moving, so yeah, there's a flick of fire and it strikes the horizon of it. There's a flash of sparks and flame. No change at all to the tear.
Well, that's disappointing. Does it seem like it's maintaining its shape? It looked like it might have been like shrinking, closing earlier. Does it seem like it's just kind of...
Its overall area seems to be about the same.
Okay.
Also, do me a favor. If you have not yet given your naming day gift to your target, please message me in your channel specifically.
I mean, there's got to be a way to close it, right? If this is the way they're getting in.
Maybe we can build a wall around it. But that would take time and people, no resources.
It's pretty close to the ground, right, Chris?
Well, that distance varies pretty often.
I think while they're doing this, I'm going to have Docker check out the dead dinosaur and just be looking that over while they're fussing around with the portal.
I mean... All right, then. Casey walks over a little bit to the side of the portal and starts to move his hands in a particular way and says a couple abyssal words under his breath, not ones you've heard before. And as he casts his hands out, the dirt in front of him starts to swirl up and raises into the air, and he casts his hands over towards the portal, and a pile of loose dirt flies from in front of him over to underneath the portal.
Okay. Like filling up the space between the bottom of the portal and...
Yeah, so I'm casting Mold Earth.
Okay.
And after that first pile of loose dirt lands underneath the portal, he starts to do it again.
It only lasts an hour.
The non-instantaneous ones only last an hour. Or the
Dirt is dirt. If you move it around, it'll stay where it is.
yeah, the moving of dirt is permanent, but the other stuff is only lasts an hour.
Ah, got it.
Okay. So what you find, I think, as you do this, it's working, but you realize that as you start to get up to where you're throwing dirt at the portal itself, it's going through it. So you kind of get the idea. How long do you want to keep doing this?
Probably once he sees it start pouring through the portal, he sits back and he's done this several times now, and he's, sweating a little bit. His hair is blowing in the wind. He's got kind of dirt on him a bit, and he looks at it and says, "Anyone else? Ideas?" Doesn't want to be buried. I don't blame it.
I mean, it seemed to be working if you kept doing it. It just might take a long time. Maybe longer than we should be staying here.
Until we have a better idea of what's coming through and what's hunting us by going back and thinking this through, I think we ought to go, like Ava said, like Peach said. Plus, my little friend here might wake up and it'd be a lot harder to carry him back if he's whipping and biting and scratching, trying to get free.
All right, just a few moments longer then. Casey changes up his tactic and basically starts to build a square wall around it as best as possible. He's moving 5-foot cube of dirt at a time, so it shouldn't take too awful long to get it kind of high enough to be all the way around it.
Pete just kind of keeping an eye on the perimeter around them. She wanted to leave 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, you begin to move the dirt. Just as a reminder, though, like with mold earth, you can only move soft, loose earth. You can't move stone.
Yeah. Okay. So is the ground soft enough?
You can do it. I'm just, when you say you're building a wall, I don't want you to be under the impression you've made a solid wall.
Yeah, it's like piles of dirt around it, essentially, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. You've gotten it about 2 feet off the ground now. It's starting to block the view of the portal. Everybody roll a perception check.
I roll with advantage because I specifically said I was keeping an eye out.
No, not advantage, but you don't have disadvantage.
Okay.
This is
That's
hearing.
second.
This is hearing based, I think. Oh no.
Oh, Peach!
Yeah.
Peach heard nothing. Nothing at all.
We were keeping an eye out.
I was keeping an eye out. I wasn't really listening. Really sharp eye.
Shalati, I'll say it's you. You're the one who feels the slight vibration in the ground beneath your heels. Impact tone. You felt like things before, like when a tree falls over. That's the ground.
It's happening more than once.
Now that you think about it, happens again.
No one
Looks
brought a
around, she
shovel?
says-
Seriously?
Wait. No, I have a crowbar, not a shovel. But her brow knits and she looks around and says, I think there's not an earthquake. I think something's coming. Let's go. Quick, let's go. Hide. Or run.
Yeah, Casey will drop the dirt and look in the Shalati.
Is there a place where... How many people are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people can hide?
I mean, you're in the woods. There's bushes. There's not really big rocks here, but there's bushes, trees. There's a mound of dirt nearby. Tear in the world.
I mean, there's probably a bunch of loose ground all over the place, too.
If you all probably hear at that time. You hear like the sound of cracking wood.
Which way is it coming from?
coming from the south.
She looks at everyone else and says, I think we should just run. And says, points toward where it's coming from, and then points the other way.
Yeah, I think so too. My throat hurts pretty bad. I don't know if I've got a lot of spells left here.
All right.
She's going to wait for everyone else to get going first.
Some people start to trickle north. Who was the last one to leave before Shalati?
How far away was the dinosaur? The dead
You're
one?
not sure? You just hear it. You hear the
No,
sound
no,
of cracking wood.
the dead one.
Oh, it was right there. You've been looking at it.
Are we just gonna leave behind Sal's pet?
No, I put him on my shoulder as soon as I started
Okay.
saying we're gonna go, and they were still playing with their.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Ava,
I might-
you've been
It's the
examining it
playing
all
with
this
the
time.
ripping space time.
I think
Playing
we
with
have
the
to
ripping
like
space time.
pull. We'll pull Casey away. Like Casey could be last, and I'll be like pulling his arm away.
Playing in the dirt, I was magically moving the earth.
Yeah.
With my
So
power.
Playing in the dirt.
Sorry, the Tonka truck gif. It stuck with me.
You hear the snapping wood, and there's you see the top of one of the trees, maybe 60 feet from you, so 80 feet. Sways about.
She is going to literally push whoever is last.
Run.
Like, go.
Run.
It's me.
Ava's surprisingly right there with you guys, actually, the dinosaur. So as you're pulling Casey along, about to do it, she makes a gesture towards the dinosaur and then starts running after you guys.
Yeah, we're going.
Alright. Before too long, you've run far enough where you don't hear the sound of this thing's footsteps anymore. The winter air, well, autumn air, but it feels like winter air, burning your lungs. But you've gotten away.
You think that was the mom? It looks at Sal.
Certainly hope not.
I mean, it was either coming for the portal or for that.
Could just be a bigger fish, as it were.
Could have smelt the blood and is coming for something that might be prey.
It was a half-cooked animal. Didn't smell too bad. Her stomach kind of rumbles.
In any case, it sounded huge.
I don't think we can take on clear out that one. At least it did not seem to notice us to chase. Should we just head back to Shepherd's End and come out again to try and clear the others, or should we? We still haven't found any kind of den if they're denning around here. If they didn't just come through.
We have a better
I
idea.
mean, I don't know about you all, but I barely survived the interaction that we just had. So let's maybe go back to Shipper's End, because I don't think if we find a den of them that I'm going to get back to Shipper's End again in my lifetime.
Is out of character. Is Peach hurt from the fight?
No, but I'm out of spell
Okay.
slots, buddy.
Barely survived. You did great. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and Kabeth
Well-
with that hammer and Shalati. Yeah, it was great.
Oh, thanks, Casey. I felt like I was scrambling on my feet. I'm beat as heck.
Whatever you did, it felt. I don't know. You did some kind of magic, right? I just felt very strong.
I'm glad I could help, but I'm exhausted. I need to go and sleep and eat and talk to someone who's a proper grown up about all these things. Please, can we not do any more nests right now?
That's us. We're the proper grown-ups. And I'm sure Kabeth has the snack.
If she hadn't eaten all of them.
I hate to say this, but Casey is right.
I hate to say this, but Casey is right. She echoes. We're the grown-ups now.
You know what I mean? We should at least tell the verdict. He told us clear the shit out, and it's full of horrible monsters.
Casey is grinning and momentarily speechless. But if we don't want to fight the den right now, then... I mean, we're still a long way from the temple. I know we mean to get there. He looks to Araya. But we also want to make sure the path is safe for anyone who may travel it.
We learned a lot of information, though, and we have that to study when we get back. And when we come back again, we can bring Esmond, so we'll be stronger. And he can... We know a lot more stuff than we did the first time, and we still have several weeks, so I think we're making progress.
He may know how to close it. Or go through it.
Or wide open in the first place. He probably knows something. Certainly more than us.
That's true. How was it, like half a day of travel? Or how many hours?
Not even half a day to get to where you'd end up being.
Then yes, I think. Yes, I agree. I think we should probably go back to Shepherd's End. If nothing else, maybe we can hold some things to, like a door or something. I don't know, to close off that thing. Some posts and a slab of wood.
Also, Peach, you gotta start working out. It's been like less than a day and you're already exhausted.
I'm physically just fine. Thank you very much, Ava, okay? But, work my voice a lot.
That's physical.
Yeah, it's a precious instrument. I gotta keep it in good form.
Are we walking back at this point, or are we
Walking
still
and
sitting?
talking.
Okay.
Walking and
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, looking at them, I mean, they don't look any smarter than chickens. He kind of gestures towards the one on Sal's back.
Well, never seen chicken hunting packs like that.
Have you ever seen a snake get into their pen?
Oh, pretty ferocious. We'll eat mice. They're almost as good as the snake as keeping the mice free out of our barns.
So, safe to assume they're animalistic in their motivations, yeah?
Maybe. I mean, we'll find out when we study it a little bit more, how smart they are. Right, Sal?
Yeah, that's a hope. Prevent them from sneaking up and shredding somebody else we know.
Wish we could have gotten both of them, though. I mean, obviously they seem to use pack tactics of some kind. Like wolves or something.
We can at least figure out what time of day they're most active, how they move, how high they can jump, and make our perimeter accordingly.
Yeah, but you had some time with the corpse of one of them. Roll medicine. It's an 11.
Oh, no, I didn't have that spell. Never mind. Go ahead.
You're able to tell that, it was certainly the fire that killed the creature. Burned out part of its ribs, based on some of the bursting of blood vessels. Probably died of cardiac arrest as a result of the pain. The inside of it, it's like any other creature. It seemed to have a heart, lungs, organs, some of them different than you're used to seeing. Hard to know hard to glean anything too specific about the nature of its diet, but the scales, hard. You could take a sword to it. Might be hard to get through.
I guess as they're walking, she'll have pulled from one of her little pockets of her satchel something like a little notepad, basically like a tiny little journal bound, and just making small notes based on what you just said to herself.
Mm-hmm. And you had a look at the feathers. You could see that they were translucent, hued, different colors. A hint of teal. It mostly they looked like bird feathers, but they were slightly more translucent than you used to see.
Could she have plucked one like a normal feather to just have with her and put in the note?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. So she's twirling that sort of, after she finishes her notes, she's just sort of twirling it in her fingers and looking it over.
And just a quick flashback to the first encounter with them. They bioluminesced, right?
Mm-hmm. At night.
I have, by any chance, a water cousin that gets really big. Has no limbs. Charlotte is looking at it and says, I'm actually most interested to see if he can be tamed. That would be kind of fun, I think. I doubt it, but it would be fun.
Yeah, if it turns out it's got any kind of intelligence like a llama, Shalati, you can tame any savage beast.
Alas.
Do you think that, like, this is a small one? Could it be? Would we need to like mask its scent or something? If the big one was like the parent, would it come to the village to smell?
Is the big one a parent or a different species altogether? I feel like this is, owls and owl bears here. These are different animals.
We saw the footprints of the big one, right? When we first tried to get out of here, and then we're like, oh, that's fucking huge. Let's not.
Yeah.
The footprints? Yeah, you've seen the footprints.
They look like the same kind of creature, or is it a different sort of shape?
Similar.
And the verdict mentioned a boss one, right?
Kind of.
The
Well,
ones we...
The verdict said something based upon what you had said.
Is Peach's allegory of owls and owl bears correct? Different creatures, similar foot shapes, different sizes.
It's correct to Peach.
I can confirm.
Oh, it is correct, Peach, and you're right. Peach believes herself very deeply.
Based on the ones that we've seen so far, do they have neotenic features, or however it's pronounced, neotic? Baby.
I don't know.
Like baby-like features, like big eyes or bigger paws, or kind of
How
softer
cute
scales or
is
anything
this
like that?
dinosaur, Chris? How cute is the dino?
Roll nature.
Solid 6.
Well, that's small. The one Sal has over his shoulder is smaller than the ones at the train tracks. Actually, Sal, you've experienced both. The one that hit your shield at the train tracks was way stronger.
This one's definitely going to grow based on the ones we ran into before. Now, how old they were, how big they can possibly get, I don't know. I was hoping maybe you could figure that out by looking at it, Doc, comparing it to other creatures of similar, what's the word, physiology.
I can try. I'll see what books we have and take a guess, but I mean, I don't really know. It'll just be a guess, my best guess.
Best guess, better than nothing at all. And maybe, hopefully, they're less like birds and more like lizards, and they don't come carrying after their young if they get lost. Don't some birds just abandon them if they get the wrong scent, too? Got me worried about a big one coming chasing after this thing now.
I don't know. I was hoping we were done with birds. These blue laurel chickens been haunting us for 6 weeks now. Just big giant chickens. Like hitting one of them.
Cyphered, was able to see anything? Or discern anything?
What are you discerning right now, sir?
Oh, I just saw she made a nature roll.
Ooh.
Baby features.
Yeah. Cyphered, you... Context. Yeah, maybe it was a couple years ago, dealing with a pack of, or a litter of hunting dogs that had been at the festival. You look at this creature, and it's like, this is like a juvenile. Still room to grow, but certainly already at this age, lethal. I do mean lethal. You would guess this thing's 6 months to a year old?
Well, it doesn't look like a baby, but it definitely Sal's right that it's going to get bigger than this. I wouldn't get too close. I think we should be really careful with it.
Where are you going to keep it, Sal?
I was going to ask permission first, but I thought
Absolutely not. Not at the Wanderlust. Absolutely not. That chicken destroyed my room. You are not letting that monster destroy the entire tavern.
I was going to say Sholati had a little room on the ranch, and maybe we could use one of the pens and show it up specifically for this.
Oh,
group.
yeah. That makes sense, Shalati. Yeah.
But it does make sense. It would be more comfortable in the inn.
AV, shut your mouth.
Let's just not sell. So there's probably, I mean, were the barns made of stone or wood? Or sod bricks?
Most of your buildings are like mortared stone with wooden interior structures. There's like this architectural theme of like the outside is overgrown with grass kind of thing a lot of the time.
I think one of the birthing pens might be small enough to contain it and solid enough. We keep them thick so that the mama alpacas and sheep, first we kept them thick so the mama alpacas and sheep were warm while they were giving birth. But
yeah, buildings that don't need to be temperature controlled might be more wood, but usually the ones that like people are going to live in or something like that will have like packed stone and earth and stuff like that.
might want to stay out on the ranch for at least most of the time while I was there, so just so we know immediately if it escapes.
Yeah, it's my idea, my responsibility.
It can help. I'm curious about it. I will kill it if it looks like it's going to escape, though.
After what it did
Or
to
kill
Graham,
anyone.
if it looks at me sideways, I'll snap it.
Sal, you're gonna stay on the ranch with that thing? I need your help in the city. You need to help me wrangle all these bunnies and all. Heck, even Shalati staying in the city.
We can
You
take
can't be on your
turns
own.
watch.
You can't be on your own on that ranch managing this monster. We need to stick together.
I think you're right in that. It cannot be one person at a time. Does anyone else want to help?
Well, I'll volunteer. Shoot, I'm happy to hold a crossbow at it.
Looks at Araya, since she seemed to be about to say something.
Are we? We've kept the town safe by not bringing something like this close. I mean, I understand that you feel, but one person guarding it is just one person it's going to kill. I really don't think we should be bringing this back alive. And not that there's children in town.
We'd be bringing it to the Caddy Ranch.
And it's closer than any of these things have been. We had to go. I understand studying it, but couldn't we study them in the forest? Not.
Eventually, that's probably the best plan, but we have to build a whole new structure for them. And expand them beyond our walls is... We don't even know if our walls are enough to hold off what's out there, frankly. And it's probably going to scare some of you more than help, but I've been thinking the fact nothing's got in is more dumb luck than just our preparations. We need to know what we're up against. A little risk for a real big reward. If one of them gets in, we didn't realize they could leap over our walls like they were nothing. They could be dragging folks out in the night before we even know what hit us.
I agree. This is the only place we know is safe, and we know that these creatures are out there, whether they're coming through the rip that we found in the air or whether they're coming from anywhere else. This is a valuable resource. We can monitor this one and hopefully build up defense against the others. I think this is safe.
I just think that when it wakes up, one person isn't going to do a dang thing against it.
So it won't be one. We'll take shifts of 2, 3.
Oh.
We'll chain it up. We'll use whatever we might have for Shalati. Do you have things like that for misbehaving livestock?
And what will you learn from a chained up thing?
Savagery was known to be quite a handful, so we had some things to deal with him.
Oh, savagery? That one that I was 14 when I won that cup. Thank you very much. I still have the skips going from that, or these shears rather. Each kind of pulls them out of her waistband and does a cool little twist around her finger thing, but then messes it up a little bit and kind of says, "Oh shoot," as she puts it back. Savagery was easy enough to tame, I'll tell you that.
That was after 3 or 4 years of constant work.
I just think it's risky, and there's nothing I wouldn't do to keep people safe. And going out in the forest and discovering things that are unsafe is one thing, and then bringing those things back into is another. That's all. I'm happy to help.
We'd have like a fail safe, right? Some kind of thing where if it passed a certain point, it would be destroyed. But we could have something like, Casey, you could set up something with dynamite, right? Like some kind of thing where if it gets too far gone, it's gone.
Do you have more dynamite?
Maybe like a necklace that it wears with explosives.
That's what I was kind of thinking, honestly. I mean,
it starts beeping faster.
Kate the historian knows that they used to do this with gunpowder around the necks of prisoners, and that you would sometimes allow the prisoners more free rein with having a gunpowder necklace, knowing that you could explode them from a distance. Peach doesn't know this because Peach is not an historian of American history, but I don't know. Maybe it'd be a good idea. Peach has been reading some crazy books. Peach has been having weird dreams that she's an American history teacher.
Esmond. Esmond, you hear a knock at the door. Dum dum dum. Dum 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 dum.
Is Esmond AFK?
Master of suspense.
Kevin's sprinting back through his home.
Yes, hello, hi, hey.
Salinger.
Sal
Behind
gives
you.
you a little nod. Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry. Behind you, Esmond, is the project you've been working on. It took you a while to get out from under it.
Sorry, I'm not in the right headspace yet. Okay, you caught me very off guard. Sal, hey, what's going on?
Hey, yes. You notice he's standing at kind of an awkward angle with his hands behind his back. What you working on in there? Mind if I come in?
Yeah, sure. Esmond will lead him through, and Sal will see.
Salinger, you see on the table is one of the work table is one of the automatons. Part of it's open, and there's like a little rolly slide thing where Esmond's like under it.
Esmond walks back over to the automaton, turns back away from Sal. Feel free to make yourself comfortable. I'm fixing up Gray over here. What's up?
Well, I didn't mean to interrupt. If you need to get back to work, I can just wait till you're done. Keeps his back kind of to the wall and slides over to a chair.
I can stop whenever. I'm just, I can multitask. I can talk and make minor repairs, as I tend to do. What's going on? Why are you hiding your back?
I'm not hiding anything, Es. I wouldn't hide anything from you. When have I ever been anything but honest with my pal, Es?
Yeah. Okay. So what's up?
You hear it, some dripping sound as an oil thing pops on Gray, and oil starts dripping on the floor.
Shit. Turn around and immediately start trying to tie that up.
You see a shadow standing behind you, an arm raised as you turn to repair it. It's a big guy, kind of darkens, looms. Doesn't say anything right away.
Without turning away from the automaton, Esmond will just hold up a hand like, Sal, you're kind of blocking my light. Could you take a couple steps back, please? Thank you.
Sal swings his arm down, and right in front of your face is a shiny wrench with a little bow on it.
Ah, shit. Sal. Oh, this is great.
Yeah, that one's special. I'm not trying to call you absent-minded or forgetful, or that your friends take your things without permission, but this particular wrench, well, what was it? The Willful, Wondrous Wayfinding Wrench. That's what they told me it was called. Can't lose it. Nobody can take it. It's just going to make its way back to you. So you're always going to have a wrench on you now. It's yours. And you see inscribed on the side as he sets it in front of you, www.wrench.
Well, wow. Oh, man, that might be one of the coolest things I've ever gotten. So, I mean, I am constantly losing wrenches, or someone is taking them. This is great. Thank you.
Yeah, happy to help. Here, let me hold this for you. And he's going to hang out and just help you repair for a little while.
You get sprayed with a bunch of oil
Not in the face?
on your clothes.
Oh, can we pan out with a horrifying scream?
Just soap Salinger. That's okay. I got you. I work in food service. I can save those silks.
Esmond. There's no knocking at the door. But you hear the flutter. Something coming in through the window. Flash in the corner of your eye, hummingbird. Hovers for a moment. And can hummingbirds land on things?
Oh yeah, they can stop. They just generally tend to not stop.
Yeah, it flutters, hovers, lands.
Hey, Zeph, who's at the door?
Hummingbird starts cleaning itself in a way that suggests it saw something. Maybe your friends on the approach back towards the town.
Thanks, buddy. Walk to the door and open it up.
Something about the way it's picking at its wing. They're probably still pretty far away. Not even in town yet.
Oh, I see. Okay. Let's head to the gate and meet them. Make sure that we can close the doors behind them as soon as we can. Okay, let's go, bud. Pack up my stuff and head out with Zephyrus.
As you turn around, the hummingbird's right there, hovering right in front of your face.
All right, we gotta establish personal boundaries. Like, you can be like a couple inches from me, but if you're gonna be directly in my way, you gotta mention something. I don't want to run into you, bud.
A long, thin tongue licks your eyeball, then he turns and flies away.
Ah, yeah. Okay, yep. Okay. Ah, what a sensation. Okay, to the gate. To the gate.
You're just at the maybe edge of the wood now. You can see the wall of Shepherd's End. You gotta decide now, I suppose, if you're bringing this thing with you or not.
No, it's okay.
No, not you, them.
Okay, I'm going AFK for just a second.
Okay.
I could take its claws out and teeth. Could be less dangerous. Still walking and talking.
Telling you, gunpowder or dynamite, some fail safe. I swear, I don't know where I've read it. It could be smart.
Yeah.
So
you hit the creature pretty hard. It's still unconscious.
So, your solution to make it less dangerous is to strap an explosive to it?
Yeah, so that somebody from a distance can take it out and know that an arrow won't just go through its breast or its head, that a flaming arrow will explode the damn thing.
So when it
I think that
attacks
it's
Sal, you just want to blow it up?
I'm saying it'll attack Sal. I'm saying that I will watch from a distance, and whoever's up high in, the Cadney Ranch hayloft will be able to take the thing out before it heads toward town. It's a fail-safe for town.
I'll make an agreement, a guarantee, if you will. I ain't leaving this thing side until we know for certain what we need to know from it and that we can keep it contained. If it tries to get out once, if it tries to maul me once, it'll have to shred its way through me and I'll try to kill it. And it ain't getting past me.
I like the idea of you getting shredded.
I'm not going to get shredded. I was trying to make a dramatic point to get people to
No,
stop
but you're
talking about blowing it up.
But you're making a dramatic point about what it's capable of doing to you or
Well,
anyone.
I saw what
watching.
it did to somebody I've known my whole life, and I want to know what we're fighting when we see something bigger.
Salinger, my plan allows you to get shredded as much as you want and just kills the thing before it kills the rest of us.
You saw how fast those things move. You want something running more than 60 feet every 6 seconds and then exploding? We don't know where it's going to be before it pop.
What about the lockup?
Yeah, the lockup is the best bet, but somebody has to be there at all times. And like Shalati said, that 1 or 2 people.
She looks at I want to lift up one of the claws of the thing and like kind of gingerly feel it.
Yeah, you lift up
Isn't the
claws.
lockup in town?
It's like a little razor blade.
Blunting its fangs, literally, and its claws. And even if we permanently or not, but that would be a good intervening thing.
Ava looks excited.
Yes, I agree with that. I think that makes sense.
Just give me
I
a
don't
day
know.
with it first so we know what it can do. Like we
We know it can
it.
kill you, Salinger. Why do you want to practice it?
I don't think
Why are
we
you
have.
so eager to die?
I think we can just file down its claws so that it's not permanent, but at least that gives you a little bit of extra padding, safety. It might need its teeth to eat.
All
Just
right.
trim it down.
Ava's true passion, nail grooming for generous animals.
So I was going to look at Araya for a second. I do agree with you that the safety of the community is the most important thing, just to be clear. I think we just have different routes to get there. You're thinking immediate danger, I'm thinking long term.
What can you learn about it when it's caught in a cage and had its nails clipped? Like, what is left to learn?
When it moves, how it moves, its eating habits, how often it eats, when it's awake, when it's not, so we know when it's safe to travel outside of town. At the very least that.
But we're having trouble feeding the community, and you're gonna. I know.
Oh, Ray, we can't lose this opportunity to learn about it.
Well, what if it hurts any of you, I will heal you and then hit you myself.
Fair.
Well, I'm all for it not gutting Salinger. I don't want you disemboweled. Fond of those guts being where they should be. So I think we should do this. I think we should trim it up and keep an eye on it, learn as much as we can from it. Because ultimately it's something that's killing us. And if we can't take out the smaller, weaker version of it, then we are trapped in Shepherd's Hand until the rest of it hunts us down.
But
That's the
we
point.
can. We know we can take. We took one out, and we didn't even really get hurt doing it.
Yeah, we know that for now, and all we're doing is practicing at each other with sticks. We need to be able to practice against something that actually wants to hurt us if we want to be able to get out of here. And I'm sorry. I'm pushing so hard, but...
Is this bird gonna cause any trouble in town? Casey turns the ball to Peach and Araya, and it says, "Nah, of course not. It'll be fine."
She kind of like pushes his ball, looks him in the eyes.
I'm saying keep it at the ranch. That is what I thought was the common opinion.
The ball's never been wrong.
I just realized it should have happened. I should have secretly told Casey that that's how it worked, so only he and I knew that. And then he can message me when he wants it to say.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity.
You could still do it. You could just be like, hey, from now on, it's going to be sneaks.
Well, no, just...
I trust you. I don't trust this. I think we're bringing trouble closer to us. well, I'll try to think of a way to help and make it safer so I'm more comfortable with it. But I think it's a bad idea.
Well, where all this thing ended up? Because I'm confused about that. Are we bringing it into town, into the sheriff's lockup, or we keeping it at Caddy Ranch, which is a ways away?
And I'm assuming
Okay, all right.
I'm assuming right now you're like hauling this thing. Like you've got it's wrapped around its mouth so it can't bite, and you've got its like feet tied together kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah, I used
Ellen-
several different cravat tying methods for the snout,
It looks
claws,
beautiful.
tail. Yeah.
Salandrar and I can take it to the ranch while the rest of you go and find Desmond and tell him what's what.
All right, that's fair enough. I don't know why I got in my head that we're gonna bring it closer to other folks. I think it can be well contained on the ranch between two of you, and if it comes down to it, kill it.
Who knows, Sal? Might get big enough you could fit it with the saddle.
That's ridiculous.
Let's hope it doesn't get that big.
And be safe, though. Don't. Shalati, I didn't like seeing you throw your arm into that rift. Don't do that sort of shit again. You were responsible for so many people. You cannot make that kind of rash decision.
I will do what I have to keep people safe, and sometimes that means testing things.
Sometimes that means stepping back and knowing that you are more important than half the rest of us, and that the family's still around. Who cares about whether you live or die, lose an arm?
I am definitely the least important of every one of you. If you want to come with us, you seem very nervous. If it would make you easier in mind and in heart, you can come with us. 3 people is not a bad idea, especially if you stay further away and keep your... Do you have a crossbow or what?
I have a crossbow and a sling.
Yeah, if you want to keep your crossbow trained on it, well, we see how it goes initially.
Yeah, you know what? I will. I don't have a good feeling about this. She kind of nods at Sal and says, I mean, of all of us, I'm the one who doesn't have anybody left at all. So, sounds good.
Peach, I know you like telling tall tales, but that is one I will just not stand for.
Every one of you all has a little sibling or some parent out there who might still be alive and we should fight for. And I know I only ever had Miranda and she gone, so.
Shalti tries very hard not to look at Casey. And Sal.
I'm not saying I'm
Ouch.
suicidal about it. I'm just saying that recognize the people who love you, Shalati. There are a lot of them, and they are still alive. Or I'm not saying people don't care about me, but recognize that your life means something to a lot of folks, please. And don't do reckless things like that.
Shalti is going to look at Peach and say, does it get tiring talking to a mirror so much?
Peach shoves her.
Peach, I have no doubt Sal and Shalati value their lives. But all of our past leads into danger now. And going in fearfully is just going to cause more problems. We handled ourselves quite nicely back there. I have no doubt that when we get this thing back to the ranch, it's not going to be a problem.
That's fine. But, you know, I'll go along to the ranch with you all. The wanderlust is open and the Lowry will let y'all stay for free. We don't care about making the wild anymore.
As they're walking, Doc is eyeing the arm that Shalati put through the portal, doing some mental calculations. She could give her another arm if she needed to.
A corpse arm? This necromancy's
Big
got to
little
stop.
shriveled corpse arm.
Robot corpse arm.
Why just stop at 1 arm? Why not 3?
Oh my god.
We can build.
Doc needs to meet Vanya because Vanya. Yeah, that girl has some ideas about life and death. You guys get together with Esmond, start creating like some crazy fucking necromantic monsters.
Brief planning, we all become souped up cyborgs, thanks to Esmond.
Yes!
Campaign shift. We're now edgerunners.
This is the Warhammer 40k Necron origin story. Esmond and Ava.
Yes.
Our characters don't, every time they just level up, they just get a different mechanical body part.
Oh no, this is the beginning of Shadowrun.
Game is becoming more awesome.
You see Yev on one of the towers, the wooden towers beside the gate, waving a spear. As you approach, you see a smaller silhouette next to him. Almost for a moment hard to pick out against the bluer sky. Realize for a moment, oh, that's not a cloud, that's his hair. You see Esmond.
Casey yells out a greeting in Abyssal to Esmond.
What?
Similar greeting is returned. Almost sounds like a sharp, piercing whistle on the wind.
Glad he's out of the shop. Come on, bring it, Sal. Ez is going to love this.
You want me to take this to Ez's shop?
Load it. Just Esmond up there. Then you can head over to the ranch.
Oh, right. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Right, there's the cranking of gears, and the main gates start to open. You see people inside. Town shepherds in behind the walls. You see them waving. You see anxious, interested eyes. For the first time, in a long time, people have gone to the forest. Returned.
Well, no one seems to be terribly injured or have lost any limbs, so I would call this a successful bout so far. Is everyone okay?
Yeah. Well, great. You should have been there. You should have saw it was a portal, and we got one of those guys, Sal. And then there was a really big one.
Esmond. Esmond's a little slack-jawed, staring at the tied-up creature. It's like, okay, portal? What?
Yeah, so Casey kind of looks around at everyone else.
See a small blue laurel chicken sitting on the corner of a rooftop watching you.
It was like a foot off the ground and like 3 feet tall and inches wide. It was kind of.
Oh, okay. Let's okay, better idea. Let's first, is that food or a specimen?
Both.
Great. Let's put it somewhere. Wait, is it alive? Wait.
It's
Nope.
alive.
Yeah, that's still breathing. Okay, we should put it
Yeah.
somewhere where it won't hurt anybody. Zephyrus will.
We've planned it out. We're going to take it to the ranch. Salvatore and Peach and I will take it, observe it, file down its nail, its claws, and maybe its teeth.
Okay, perfect. Let's go meet. You all go do that. Everyone else and I, let's head back to the mayor's house and meet the verdict there. Once you all get this thing settled, we can have a proper debrief, I suppose. Zephyrus, will you just do a quick perimeter sweep, make sure that there's nothing trying to following them through the gate, please?
Zephyrus drifts a little closer to you where he's hovering.
Can we get a description of Zephyrus? Is he a real hummingbird or is he a mechanical bird?
Zephyrus is the closest description is a sun gem horned hummingbird, which I can post again in the session chat. But he's
Also describe it for the sake of the podcast.
He's got green feathers along his back and a white chest. His head has continues green but bleeds into orange, an almost orange crown shape that makes up almost like his eyebrows.
He drifts a little closer. Quickly licks a drop of sweat off your forehead and flies away.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought for sure he was a tiny dirigible.
I definitely thought he was a mechanical bird. How in the world did you charm a hummingbird, Esmond?
Simple. Esmond's charming.
We've seen him around for a little bit,
know.
right?
He's been around for a little bit of time, but it's not like he's gone door to door or something. He's primarily hung around the workshop.
Sorry, a door-to-door hummingbird. It's just so cute.
Cyphered gazes at it thoughtfully. Huh. You know, he kind of reminds me of my cousin in a funny way.
That's interesting. Neat. We can. It's. He's my familiar. Past 6 months I've been very busy. He's just doing a quick perimeter sweep. Let's all meet up at the mayor's house and have that debrief with the verdict, and I guess he can determine what we should do next.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, like we said, we pretty sure figured out where those guys were coming from. Not where they're steering, though.
Yeah, I'm going to want as much detail on the portal that you were talking about. I'm going to want every detail that you all have.
I'm sure we can trek out there again at some point, just safely, and you can see it too.
If it's still there.
Yeah, I buried it.
Also ran the same experiment he runs on everything.
Yeah, that's to be expected. Okay, let's go. I gotta run to the workshop. All right, I'll meet you all at the mayor's house.
Okay. Any detours anyone wants to take?
Was a new mayor appointed?
No, I think you're just using the mayor's house.
Pretty sure it's me.
Wasn't it a sister mayor stumblebum?
Definitely died. Okay, before too long, you've made it through the familiar streets of Shepherd's End, past the now empty market stalls. Variety of buildings, some buildings still being repaired. Most of the char has been cleared away. Some of the buildings are still. For some of them, there's no reason to reconstruct them, but hazards have been cleared. Sometimes you see children playing in what's left of them. The market area is nearly empty, and the market near the dock. Well, there's no one there at all anymore. However, over the course of the summer, the hearth was repaired. You can still see people there. There's the smell of cooking food as you approach. More vegetables than fish now, but you hear the sound of an elderly singing. You approach the large house of the mayor, but now it's just used for logistics and planning and meetings, and the door just stays open now. As you... What's up? Yeah. Cypher. As you head through the doors, there's the sound of clinking glasses, smell of food, the mechanical organs of the tavern playing. You see Peach at the top of the stairs, excited expression on her face. But some months ago, around the time of naming day.
Peachwood, seeing Cyfred, kind of waved her from the top of the stairs and then quickly tripped down in an elegant but cutely awkward way. Practiced. And she'd hail Cyfred as she approached. Cyfred! Hey!
Cyfred's ears radar over before her head, and she looks up, happy. Hey,
So I know it's been absolute chaos with, the world crashing around us and everything, but I got you for naming day, and I thought you might get some use out of this. Especially now you've been staying at the Wanderlust, and I know this is a pretty loud place. And Peach would give Cyfred something that she has created in a little bundle, very well wrapped. And as Cyfred opens it, she would notice that it is labeled the Cyfred Self-Care Sling, and that in the bundle is included an eye mask, earplugs specifically designed for the hair and ears in mind, and a foot sling that can be put in any location to lift one's feet above one's rump to offer a nice rest in the meantime. And also included is a gift certificate to the Wanderlust. You can stay here at any time. The gift certificate is mostly just like to have the thing, but I figured if there's anyone who needs rest on the go, it is you. Chasing after a million small bunnies and always trying to look for a moment to catch your breath. So that's what I put together for you.
thank you. She takes it graciously and holds it up and inspects the wrapping and everything and all of the pieces, admiring the craftsmanship. You put a lot of thought into this. I honestly, thank you a lot. Oh my god, the noise alone in this place is
I knew.
honestly an adjustment. And
I grew up here. And I didn't grow up here when it was full of young bunnies. God bless you and your folks and everybody in this town. Anything to get you a couple more hours of sleep. so that you can be a better Cypher when you wake up.
Well, thank you.
Cyfred, you've managed not to look to the left or to the right, but keep your eyes focused on Peach. You didn't know that Peach was going to give you a gift when you arrived, but you've nonetheless done your job, because just in the periphery of your vision of figures move closer and closer, table to table, hiding place to hiding place. And Peach, when you turn around, someone's right there behind you! It's Esmond.
Desmond.
Oh, no.
Peach startles at Esmond's appearance. Scare me out to death.
Sorry. What you? Is everyone okay? You all right?
Absolutely fine.
Esmond, you seem like you had something to do here with. All right, I'll leave you to it. And Cypher just bounces out.
Why does everyone act so strange just at the most random times? I swear. How you doing, Peach?
Oh, I'm fine. I was just giving Cypher her name at present. I mean, things have been super awkward, but figured any chance to, spread a little bit of happiness, get a smile at her,
Okay, great. That's really convenient timing. I have a thing for you too. Happy naming day. And Esmond will just reach into his pouch and shit. Hold on. Nope. He starts you see a bunch of tools just start dropping out of the pouch.
Frog hops out of his pocket. Hops away.
It's okay if you forgot it. It's not.
No, I didn't forget
not a big
it's
deal.
Here. No, I know it's not a big deal, but it's here, and I have it. I'm here. You're here. It's just convenient. It's just hold on. Got it. And he pulls out. He pulls out a simple looking bracelet. It is a silver and black bracelets where the two colors are kind of twisting along with one another in just a small circlet. It's like it's not much, and I haven't had much time to, or really funds to look to get something more meaningful, I guess. I made this using some spare metal I had lying around. It took me no time at all, really. It should be.
Yes, man, it's beautiful. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. It should fit. If it doesn't, let me know. I can totally readjust it.
Thank you. That means so much. Peach would immediately put the bracelet on and start to admire the design that Esmond had crafted from it. And she would point out any specific details she noticed. Like the edge work here. You say you didn't spend any time at all in a bit. I can tell. Like the craft work here, the beveling you did at this edge. That's not something that takes a second. That's something you had to plan about. Thank you, Es.
I'm just glad that you like it.
Of course I do. I was so thoughtful.
Anyway, I have to get back to the workshop. I'll see you later on. Okay?
Yeah.
In present day, there's a large round table made of wood at the heart of the mayor's old house. There are a variety of sketches and ideas for segments of wall or new buildings laid out on the table. You see... Did Desmond go to the workshop or went straight to the...
I said that he was going to the workshop, but I was just trying to move the scene along. He didn't have anything specific to do there, but I mean, yeah, workshop in the mayor's office.
Yeah, well, all of you... Yeah, you arrive there. You see Vethedrian's there, along with one of the older masons that had survived the attack on Shepherd's End, and they're going over, looks like, some plans for reinforcing one of the northern walls near the coast. And they glance up in your direction. Vethedrian nods. Says, well met. What have you found?
Yes, sir. The group that left to do recon outside the village, they've just returned. They brought back food and or specimen for research, and they bring news regarding a portal or something. I figured it'd be better to get all details with you and everyone else here once we have a chance to get everyone gathered.
Good. Okay, when everyone's here, we'll discuss what you found. Before too long, I think everyone... Well, none of you were detouring, right? And there was some of you going somewhere else?
No, we had just the two groups, I think. There was the Dino group and then the group that's speaking to the mayor, right?
The vengeance. Verdict.
Verdict, sorry.
Okay. Raise your hand for me if you are in the Talk to Vethedrian group. Okay, cool. Everyone's there. Are you the only ones who survived?
What? No.
No, sir, I said everyone came back, didn't I? I thought no, everyone returned. The other group is just moving securing the creature that they brought back.
That's better.
We found
the hole where they're coming from.
We think it's a weird portal hole thing, and that seems to be where they've come from, we think.
We buried it.
We put a couple feet of dirt around it.
That would explain why creatures you've never seen before seem to have taken up residence in the forest.
Also doesn't really seem like something that a necromancer would do.
It's entirely possible these things are unrelated.
We encountered about half a day's outside. We followed the road, and then two of them tried to sneak up behind us, and then one of them was killed by Casey, and then the other one was unconscious, and then Sal tied it up and brought it back. And then we heard there were about 7 others that seemed maybe a little bit bigger, or maybe the same size, I can't remember. And then they ran away, and then we found the portal, and then we heard and saw that there's a really big one probably, because the ground shook and we saw trees fall and such.
It was a really good summary. We kind of need a way to close the portal.
Wait, do we know if these things have a means of tracking through smell or something? You weren't. The big one didn't follow, right?
I suggested something about that, but I don't know.
You described a portal. Where does it lead? Does it seem stable?
It definitely doesn't seem stable.
Someplace warm.
Yeah, Shalati put her arm through and said it felt warm. and then tried putting other things through it, like a stone was thrown through it, and then a tree branch which was tried to be put into it, but yeah, it seems unstable.
I see. And the large beast. Any news of its territory? Did you find a route to this temple?
We didn't continue. Peach was tired.
Yeah, we didn't find where they were holed up, but I mean, if we don't close this portal, they're just going to keep coming through, yeah? I don't suppose you have a way to do that.
I don't have much experience in teleportation magic myself, but I am interested in this. The teleportation circles in Myrdwell ceased to function. If you've seen an active and working portal, this may be of use to us.
I mean, we had some dynamite, but kind of used all that up on the giant slime chicken. You didn't have any on that train, did you? Could be of use.
There was some, but it doesn't seem it survived. It seems as though if there's a portal available to us, this would be a good thing for us to control. Esmond, you should put your project on pause.
You said that's where the creatures were coming from. You want to go in there?
Do we know for sure that's where they're coming from?
I mean, there's tracks leading out of it.
Or into?
Kind of seemed like it.
Right.
Unless you mean to go in there to find the source.
I think we best mean to learn more. Esmond, you should accompany the others. Learn what you can about this portal. Can we control it? Can we use it?
Yes, sir. I can see what I can find out.
The creature we brought back, Sal and some of the others are gonna see what we can learn from it. It's obviously dangerous, but they're gonna try to use it to fight and try to understand like its sleeping patterns. He said a bunch of things. I don't remember all of them, but like sleeping and what it eats and stuff like that.
Wise.
And then I think we should eat it.
I think we should eat it.
Oh, Sal's going to train it up. It's not that old, so it'll be amenable.
No, I mean, depending on the intelligence level of it, okay? I'm not opposed to eating lime meat when that all is said and done, right? But, you know, if it's useful for a percentage of time.
Yeah, Shepherd's End has 1 cow, 1 horse, and 1 chicken left. Just enough for the audio.
That's not for the audio.
They all hang out together.
Who knows? Maybe it'll lay eggs. Our Arnakis egg might be good eating.
I have no doubt Sal will train it up good.
We don't have anything for it to eat. It's not gonna stay alive that long. We can barely feed the people.
Well, I don't know.
One of the workmen.
We're not gonna feed it a workman. Sorry.
He frowns. No, very well.
Maybe I can go to study this portal, see what I can find out. Maybe we shouldn't, in the immediate at least, worry about capturing or controlling it too much. At the very least, it appears to be a decent source of food if we can continue to slay these creatures. I don't know. It's definitely worth checking out for sure. Just it's also a potential opportunity for us to fill up our stocks again and help to feed the remaining villagers.
We'll know more after you have a look. My priority remains to establish control of the temple. And then if you could learn more about the portal, it'll serve us well.
We can just keep traveling the road until it's... I mean, if they keep attacking us, we can probably kill them a little at a time, right? And bring some back for food. And then once they stop doing that, then we can, like, try to hunt them, the rest of them or something.
How far up? How far did you all travel before you reached this portal?
About half a day.
Yeah, the big one came around when we were there, so this nest probably isn't too far away.
We have many months of food remaining before it's a real danger. But we do need to get control of the temple.
Should we head back out after everyone has a chance to rest for the night? And we should...
As you're able.
Should we continue to head for the temple and just run a quick experiment on the portal on our way up? I don't... What?
How you handle the road is up to you. We need the temple. If you can, what you can learn about this portal could be useful to us.
So clear the road or just scout to the temple and see what we can find?
If the road is clear, it's clear. If it's not, we can deal with the beast.
Well, we chased at least 7 of them off. Not to mention the big one. The road is definitely not clear.
You encountered the large one.
We didn't see it.
But you know where it dwells.
No, we don't know any of this. We don't know where their large one dwells. We encountered one of the smaller ones. There are 2 of them. They almost fucking killed us.
Well, continue your reconnaissance. Move with care.
Okay.
Good chat. As if might be useful if we have something we can have a look inside that portal. Maybe we can send in a construct or something.
Yeah, got any ideas? You're supposed to be like, you know, a verdict. Useful.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to Esmond. Were you talking to the verdict?
Oh, I thought the verdict was in the scene. No, I'm not sassing Esmond as heavily.
I began that thinking you were talking to Esmond. Sorry. I thought Casey was talking to Esmond.
I was, yeah.
Oh, okay. My apologies. I was out of sync a little bit. I would not have insulted Esmond.
Ava's the only one that's verdict eligible. But yeah, I mean, it kind of chopped up the log that we stuck in there, so maybe not the best idea to go sticking limbs in.
You said it was warm. How do you know that?
Shalati stuck a limb in. It was great. But
It was not, and many of us told her not to, okay? Esmond, she has already been given talking to for this poor decision.
She was fine.
She was fine, and she has also been reminded of her importance to us as a group and to her family writ large.
So maybe one of the smaller constructs, one that can fit through a little portal.
I don't. even if I could send the constructs through, they're just automatons. They're automatic. They complete simple tasks. They can't report. They can't speak.
Well, but could they automatically go in there and, I don't know, like
What about
scoop of a thing, or take a something? No, don't send Zyphres in. That's a living creature.
He'll be fine.
An automaton first. No, you have no idea about that, Ava. Do not make they'll be fine decisions about people and lives that are not your own.
Well, I mean, it's not that simple, Peach. It's yes, Zephyrus is a living being, but not in the same manner that you or I are. If Zephyrus dies, he doesn't die technically. It's not permanent. It's complicated, but it's also
No, it ain't that complicated. Is he magic and he'll come back to life if you need him?
Yes, yeah. If
all right, that's absolutely fine then.
Like I said.
Yes,
all right.
Ava.
Hey, Ava, excuse me for needing confirmation. All right, not all of us have read every book in the universe.
It's all kosher. It's Ava, it's a good idea. I'll see about maybe bringing one of the automatons with us, but it wouldn't be as useful as sending Zeph through. But that's also something I'm gonna have to discuss with him. Give me a night to prepare, gather some things to study this portal, I guess, and I'll be ready to go in the morning.
Okay. And then, Peach, you wanted to say something to the verdict, not Esmond?
Nope, all set. Not intend to say anything to the verdict if the verdict's not particularly there.
No, the verdict is there. I just... Casey was talking
just
to
something...
Esmond.
Yeah, okay, and to the verdict then, Peach would say, and also, all of this, I don't care what necromancer you're hunting down, but we are a town of living folks, and these Aranakas are going to destroy us. You, as a sentient person, you owe us this. We saved your life. Esmond made it so that you could use your arm and your leg again. You owe it to leave us in a safe place before you move on.
Ava, am I ready to move into battle?
No, he needs to rest for at least 2, maybe 3 more weeks.
Well, you heard it, Peach. Doc's orders. In case it leaves.
I'm just saying, I do not want this man, automaton, whatever he is. You do not abandon Shepherd's Hand.
Oh, but you don't have to go too far. You can visit Sal and Shalati, and you can see the creature up close, and maybe you can help them learn some things from it. And then if it runs away, you can shoot it. I mean, I think you'll be okay to do... Well, I guess if it breaks loose, it might be a problem. That might set you back some if it attacks you. Maybe that's a bad idea. Never mind.
I think we've uselessly threatened him enough. Come on, Ava, let's go.
I wasn't trying to threaten him. I was just suggesting maybe...
I don't know. He's not afraid of 2 little girls, though.
I think we're saying different things.
If you need help studying or eating whatever it is you brought back, I'm available for either.
completely missed what he said. Available what?
Available for either.
For
Oh, okay.
eating or... Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I guess if we have an entire rest of the day out of character, there's no more for the scene. Then, besides getting rested, I guess I'll have Ava go check out the dinosaur trading facility for the rest of the day before the day closes. I have nothing else that I can think to do.
All right.
I do have a quick thing.
Go ahead.
Casey is strolling back after leaving the mayor's house. Strolling back through town. It's like daytime, right?
Yes, it is probably something like 3 hours from sunset.
Yeah, so Casey's strolling back towards his house, the sun being lower on the horizon casts a long shadow off of Casey. And he says, "So, what do you think, Mose? I don't want to make Ez send his bird through. Feel like popping through and having a look around."
Am I describing or are you describing?
I thought you would be.
Okay. There's a bit of movement in the long shadow that comes from your heels against the wall. Something about it. Maybe it steps a little bit before you. Maybe a little bit after. Hard to tell. There's two, almost looks like two eyes that open in a strange spot, like around the hip. Look of enthusiasm. And they close. You can't tell them from the shadow, your shadow at all.
Yeah, I want to go through too. Come on, let's get back to the house. Got some things together. Try to keep up. And he kicks off into a run.
Rhea. You... small goblin nearly runs into your knees. Oh, hey. You see Gwen.
She catches Gwen's shoulders. Oh.
Hi. Oh, I heard you guys are back.
Oh. Yeah. Yes. We couldn't make it to the tower, but the temple. The temple. I mean, Gwen, have you talked to Esmond?
All the time. Wait, let's get a bowl of porridge. Come on.
Oh, sure.
Takes your hand, pulls you into the tavern.
She kind of like stumbles along.
She like climbs up into one of the chairs, so she's kind of squatting in it. And she puts down, looks like some hand-drawn like sketches, maps of the local area, and then she's waves one of the elderly bring bowls, rations of porridge. Something to...
Is this where you've been?
Mm-hmm. I've looked at all the farmhouses on the side, but well, you could be over on the eastern side. You said you want to talk about something?
Gwen? No, I know it's... I can't stop thinking about what you told me that When you thought that you weren't ever going to have a chance, you told me where you found Ez, and I was just, have you talked to him about that? It's important, I think.
But she kind of looks around nervously. No, I told you.
I know, but I don't know how to. It's an important place for you to tell him. You're his mom.
No, he's not supposed to know about it.
Why? Why can't he know? Why not?
Look how this is his home.
It is. That won't change anything about his home or his mom or his dad. But it's every single day is a gift. And we've lost a lot of people, and we're looking for some. And if you left something unsaid to him, it would matter.
Not if it's a bad thing.
How is it bad? It's just a place.
No. It's not.
What? Can you tell me? I don't like keeping a secret from my friend, and I thought that you would tell him. But neither of you are.
I don't want him to know. That's where Maria. That's where me and Milkwood worked before. That's not a good place.
So you rescued him from this place? Is it dangerous if we go there?
No, I don't think so. A long time ago, the verdicts came, and Milkwood and I got away.
With Esmond?
Mm-hmm.
She sort of cups her hands over Gwyn's hands over the maps, and Gwyn, can you... It weighs heavy on my heart to keep a secret from a friend. And I only keep it because you're still here and could tell him yourself.
Maria, sometimes things make you sad. And once you know them, they don't ever go away.
But I'll know it. One of us has to. What if we lose you, Gwyn? What was this place?
It was a bad place. Bad things happened there.
But you're not a bad person. So anything you tell me, I'll know. I know you. Can you tell me anything? If
There's a person there that hurt people to learn things.
Okay. Did he hurt you?
Sometimes, but it wasn't like that. We had to help.
She sort of tightens her hands around hers.
Anyone who didn't help, they weren't useful. I don't want Esmond to know we did that.
He won't. Not that, no. How old was he when you took him from there?
He was just small. You could hold him in just two hands, and I've got small hands.
So, and the verdicts took this bad person away?
No, I don't think they took him away. I think they got rid of him.
Good.
They said something. It's kind of scary.
I don't scare easy these days.
She leans a little closer. I said, "Long live the queen, for time must always turn." And then they killed him, I think.
Oh. I don't understand. But
I don't know. The stuff that was happening there was more complicated than Malkwood and I learned things, how to make stuff, how to do things, but what happened there was more than we understood. But the verdicts, they came and they left, but they didn't find everything. Under the tower, I know that there's still weapons there.
right. Gwen, thank you. Yeah. I do think that Esmond will end up there one day. And he'll want to know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna just lead him there. I just think that... No, I just have to think, I think.
Can I trust you?
Of course. I care about you. I care about Esmond. I care about you all. I wouldn't... Yeah, of course.
And she squeezes your hand. Your porch is gonna get cold.
Oh, right. Yeah. And she sort of takes a bite.
Meanwhile, at the Cudney Ranch. Salinger, Shalotti, Seifert, I think.
Peach is also there.
I thought you were talking to you were at the verdict.
Seifert was also at the verdict. She's not at Cadney Ranch.
Okay.
Peach
Salinger.
specifically went with Salinger and
You shouldn't have been in the scene with the verdict. You accidentally came with us.
no.
You can catch up later, but you won't be there at the beginning.
Okay.
Salinger, Shalotti, and Yev. You arrive at the ranch, still slung over your arm. It's the beast.
Lottie is going to lead the way to one of the little birthing barns. The ones that are more solid, made of stone. Hopefully with a solid door as well. I mean, this was a pretty active ranch up until very recently, so... yeah, she's going to direct Salinger over that way and check inside first, roust out, like basically prod the walls and check for any loose areas that might be a weakness with the butt of the glaive, and then nod at Salinger and be like, well, so the way I'm envisioning it, how it looks is it's basically just an open space, and it has like these wooden pens inside, like maybe just a few, where the birthing sheep and alpacas would be in, one to each.
And are
So-
these stalls, like I'm imagining in like horse stalls kind of thing?
Yeah, that sort of thing. Maybe not necessarily as sturdy as that, but something.
Okay.
And she'll wave Sounder and light one of the torches or a lantern on the wall to give them some light to see by, since I don't think there's that much, it's like windows or anything. And yeah, just look at him and say, "Do you want to?" We should probably file down his claws and his teeth first, and also check if he is a he or a she.
I guess you know how to file down the teeth and claws without, well, making it useless.
Well, the claws should definitely be useless. I'm just hoping that they can figure out how to do it without actually making it bleed. I don't. Let me go root out, see if the tools are still here. And she's gonna duck out and like rummage around in their. I guess there's probably a main barn or something where they kept the tools. See if she can find shears or something like that.
Yeah, we'll say you find like a grinding stone, and you find like a pair of shears, something like that. Cheap shears.
There's their findings. That's one, and then the other. Do you want to try and clip, or do you want to send back and be ready to kill?
How about I hold it down so if it wakes up, it doesn't flail and slice you?
Also fair.
Yeah, and it's still unconscious. That blow was pretty hard.
Yeah, I guess she'll just wait for Salander to get into position. When he nods at her, she'll start kind of gingerly at first pick up one of the talons and basically just like cut off. It's like snipping a cat's claws.
Yeah, so you take the claw and you start to squeeze the shears, and you squeeze as hard as you can. You see the metal of the shears bend. And you
Oh,
realize...
we learned something else.
Roll investigation.
Holiday.
Okay. Well, what you learn is, wow, those shears must be pretty old.
Shalana's gonna pull off. This is gonna be incredibly awkward, but she is going to look at it with the shears and look at the claws. Actually, I think she just thinks the shears are old, so she's gonna pull out her dagger and try to just saw it off that way.
Yeah, you start to and as you blunt your dagger just a little bit, you realize, oh.
She's gonna now try to escalate up to the glaive edge, which I think this one is mostly going to be her holding the glaive down and then kind of moving the claws back and forth across it.
Okay. Yeah, the creature, you see its tail twitch a little bit as you're, manipulating its body kind of in this way. Its breathing's kind of heavy in its unconscious state. You start to see the glaive is cutting into the claws.
She switches her tactic and folds the paw down, and then it just positions the glaive edge over it, and will just lean down on one side, on the blunt side, and just kind of guillotine it, the claw.
Yeah, you're actually not strong enough to do that, but I will just give you that you figure out if you hit it with the grinding stone against the glaive, that would probably do it.
Okay. She's probably sweating after all this because it's a lot more exertion than she expected, and she just gets up between. Holy mother of ocean! You've got really hard claws. What is it, my dagger?
Should have brought some of Ez's machine tools, I guess.
Yes, maybe. I think if we try to file it down, that would still be here in a century.
You lean your weight on the stone. There's a snap, and you can see that portion of claw. How deep are you cutting?
She just. Well, she's not trying to make it bleed. Is there like a visible redness at like the quick, or is it just all solid?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. If it's anything like a cat claw or dog claw, like this claw itself is probably about 6 inches long. So it's kind of up to you.
I think she's gonna try and saw off the 2 inches of it, basically.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a little finally goes through, and the glaive does it, right? And then the edge of it. And you probably stumble a little bit because you had to really put all of your body weight into this. And the creature, you see its muscles twitch and its tail flicks a bit, but still, it's not conscious.
1 down. And she counts out the talons.
They really just have like the one really long claw. The rest are kind of more blunt. The other claws aren't really dangerous. It's just like the one talon.
Oh, okay. Well, half done. And she looks at the tail with a little bit of caution and then moves to the other claw. Mm-hmm. You still good, Sal?
Yeah. He's got his knee right on his midsection with his whole weight, and then is kind of pulling the muzzle rope and keeping his weight balanced between the two, and looks a little nervous.
Yeah, it's completely limp aside from the occasional twitch and spasm.
He's being overly cautious. I think he knows it's out, but doesn't want to be surprised.
Right. She's just going to repeat with the other one using her full body weight, just kind of down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, more practice after doing it the first time, and same spot, 2 inches. Yeah, shears off, another clatters away, and it's almost got a metallic sound, like as it hits a piece of stone. Maybe glass, something in between.
Oh, I wonder if it can be turned into like a little.
Ooh, it got very hard to hear you on that last one.
It's so tough. I wonder if it can be used to make a little, like an arrowhead or something.
If you had to use that big old thing to cut through it, yeah, I'd say it's useful for at least that. We kill a few others next time we don't leave the bodies out there.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, milestone in the campaign. You have gained crafting material, slashing, very small.
2 inches of material. And she looks at his muzzle and says, I have to say, I don't actually know how we're supposed to. If its teeth are as hard as claws, I don't know how we're supposed to get it down. I think I would want to wait until maybe Ava is able to, if she can have something to puts it to sleep, maybe.
Maybe you got some leather straps or something like a riding bridle we could use to muzzle it in the meantime.
Let me check.
And its breathing is a little faster now.
Let's get some rope and tied legs to some of these posts first.
Sounds good.
So yeah, I guess she'll just try and tie one leg to one of the 10 posts.
I'm assuming you have its legs tied together right now.
Yeah, that was and its little legs, little arms. I'm not sure exactly how it walked.
Okay, maybe both hind legs are then just tied together, and so she just attaches one to ties it to the 10, and then she'll hunt around for leather straps, so like harnesses or something. If all else fails, she'll pull out her belt, and
I think there's plenty of leftover like llama equipment, so yeah, it's easy to find some straps.
Okay, so I'm like, well, I guess we undo the tie around the muzzle and then put one strap around one jaw and then one strap around the lower jaw, and then we just sort of. Is that what you had in mind?
I think not letting it get the thing open at all for the time being is best. If those teeth are anything like those claws, it might be able to chomp through rope or leather.
That's fair. Oh, I thought. Okay, I misunderstood then. Then maybe we can just leave it as is.
Well, you wouldn't be able to like get to all of its teeth with it wrapped up in rope, though. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm aware. So the next step will be harder. We'd have to knock it out again if we want to do dentistry. I guess would be the thing we're doing next.
it's still
If
unconscious.
Peach does show up eventually,
You're not
she
there
does
yet.
have sleep.
You're not there yet.
No
What
worries.
if we have like a leather ball or iron or stone or something that we just shove in that's too big for it to swallow, and we just
I didn't understand that last part. You want to feed it a rock?
Well,
Oh, like
a
so
brace.
it can't. Yeah, so it can't chew. Yeah, if about the right, you got something the right size. Just kind of looking around.
She pops up and will
You
look around
definitely
again.
have you probably have like a 2x2 piece of wood or something like that for sure. That'd be easily accessible. There's stones around, like the walls masoned, right? So you could probably find a stone of the right size if you wanted to as well. Either one.
Yeah, I think she wants to find something that doesn't look like it could swallow it, and is maybe wide enough, like that. The whole image of a crocodile that's unable to close its mouth. So something along those lines. Probably preferentially a rock first. But if not that, then a piece of wood. 2x2 or 2x4 or something.
Yeah, no, we'll say you find the perfect size rock, just kind of crumbled off the wall at some point. You got lucky. Yeah, so you have that. So, yeah. And what do you guys want to do?
The rock, then a belt around it so that it can't get enough open to crunch, I guess is the goal here. So the belt is securing the rock in place. Its jaw is extended enough that it can't really open it much further.
Makes sense. Okay, yeah. So you guys start to unwrap carefully rope so that you can do the transition kind of to the leather. Maybe you both roll nature.
Can I do animal handling?
Animal handling would work, yeah. Animal handling or nature or medicine. Any of those. Either of any of those.
Not that it mattered. Wait, do we have inspiration?
You are inspired. Isaac made that really good bread pun the other day.
He always does rise to the occasion. All right,
Nah.
I'm gonna use that then.
You guys want to hear the pun?
Yes.
All right. So, Son's mom is slicing sourdough on a cutting board. Slice, slice, slice. There's a dog watching. She turns away for a moment. The dog lunges for the bread. I manage to just barely get the cutting board out of the way so the dog does not eat the sourdough. I go, man, I did not even know the dogs were interested in sourdough. Isaac says, it's purebred.
And it is a purebred. It's a blue tick.
It's a purebred blue tick hound. Official. Has blue tick and everything.
Did it buy that for $8?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, 21 animal handling. That's the inspired reroll. Yeah, as you're slowly unwrapping the ropes, Salinger with his knee on the creature, you realize you've seen one of the sheep do this before. It's faking.
Well, you remember that the queen cat on the docks, and how she would pretend to be all asleep and stuff until you came too close, and then she would
Yeah, it's one of her most endearing qualities.
She points down at the.
You think smarter than a chicken, then? I knock it again. He picks up the rock for a second.
Or maybe we just be really fast. If you hit it again, I'm afraid. Do you think I can hit it without killing it?
I don't know. I've never tried to knock out a giant bird lizard with a rock while it's pretending to be asleep before.
So you can either try to do this really fast, or you can try to knock it unconscious.
He just hits it.
You hit it once and starts thrashing wildly. Its eyes go open, starts flashing its tails around, tries to like get at you with its teeth, but it can't open its mouth because the rope's still in place.
Shalati's going to punch it.
It's like, boom! And just because it is side up, you punch it enough that you're not going to conscious.
Well, they are smart, I guess. At least this much. Then she's going to gingerly pry open his jaws and then just like...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is genuinely unconscious now.
I guess she's going to test the teeth and see if, like, with her dagger and see if they're as tough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just start to saw with the dagger, and just as you realize it's blunting the blade, there's knock the door. It's Ava and Peach.
I think you see both of us pretty disheveled, sweating, holding down this creature. I've still got a rock in my hand. There's a bit of a mess where hay and things have been kicked up all over the place, but the thing's slowly breathing. And Shalati is inspecting its teeth.
Any progress so far with making this monster safer for general consumption?
Gestures with her head at the blunted big claws. I guess they're not like dew claws, but the main claw. The tips are... It was really hard. I think it took a special blade to cut it off. It blunted the shears and my dagger. She inspects it again with some dismay. But
That's good though.
But I'm trying the teeth right now. They seem to be as tough as the claws, and it was smart enough to try and play dead for a little bit until I had to knock it out again. Hopefully, didn't hurt it too much.
So smart enough to play dead. That's good to know, but not particularly heartening. But definitely good to know. Thank you, Shalati. Peach has the hiccups.
I don't know what to do about the teeth, though. I can't get at the same angle with this as I did with the glaive, because they're teeth. And if I slip and cut, I'm probably just going to cut it right down the head. And I think that would not do what we want to do.
Does it seem like thinking even speak? I mean, if keeping the mouth shut is keeping the teeth out back, then a muzzle might work just as well as we need it to. Have you had any luck in China? I mean, I know it's been unconscious, but is there any reason to keep it able to speak instead?
Sorry, it was kind of hard to understand you in that
broke up.
last.
I am hiccuping. Is there any reason for us to keep the Aranacus conscious? Can it actually speak, is what Peach is asking, or should we just keep him muzzled the entire time?
Oh, I don't think we know how it can communicate one way or the other, since we haven't heard it make any of a sound other than about to kill us. Did it screech or anything, actually, when it charged at us in the attacks?
They screech. They make noises. They chirp.
Yeah, Peach's question is whether it is worthwhile keeping them able to speak. Excuse me, hiccups. Keeping them able to speak instead of just muzzling them.
Well, it needs to eat if we want to keep it alive. But maybe a muzzle is the right... Sometimes there's those bucket muzzles that they can move their jaw a little bit in, and if we can like tie that to the head, and then we can occasionally drop meat or fish or something into there so they can still eat, but hopefully it can't bite through. Does
That's
that
what I
make
was
sense?
thinking. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that, like with a wild animal.
Anything like that at the physical Ava?
I mean, we don't have any muzzles like that. Those would be, we don't really have much reason for that. They're
Yeah.
close.
Maybe Esmond or Kibeth can put something quick together like that. We are staying here until tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but what are we gonna do about, if we're traveling tomorrow, who's gonna keep watch overnight?
Right.
I think that, and then if you want to learn, you guess we have to have someone stay with it while the rest of us go out. It just seems real dangerous. I don't know about a muzzle. Maybe Esmond could put that together. I guess I don't know if this would be helpful, but like, it could just damage one of its teeth. Like, when you have tooth pain, it's really bad. It can be tough to bite down on stuff and be really painful. So, if I did that, if it tried to bite something, maybe it would hurt it a lot. But I don't know.
I guess if the teeth themselves are very hard, then maybe the flesh, the gums are not, so you could pull one out, like with it.
Maybe.
That seems very cruel, though, I will admit. I know they want to kill us, but...
She just looks down at the unconscious creature. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not... I don't know. I think that...
No.
No, you're right. It is cruel, but we got to think about our own survival too. I think that if we had the opportunity to pull those teeth out, if we can make this particular individual creature safer to us, so that we can learn more about others like it, then we owe that to our community. Peach is so emotional; she has the hiccups.
At this point, anyone else who wants to arrive at the scene can do so.
I mean, honestly, I do have my doubts about whether it is possible to tame it, because sometimes some creatures, even no matter how long we try, they just don't want to work with humans. They are too wild.
I ain't interested in taming the thing. That was a Caseyism. I want to know what those different sounds mean. Like if one of those chirps means pain or means a charge, or we know about their claws as tough as daggers, and I want to keep it long enough to see how quickly at least it grows in a week or two.
Then maybe we don't need to feed it. Maybe we'll just keep its muzzle closed the entire time.
We won't learn too much if it's starving to death at the same time. Pros and cons, I guess, but
I don't know. I don't know much about these creatures, but just let me know what you want to do, and I can help to maybe do some of that stuff. Or if I want you, I can go get Esmond and ask him about a muzzle. Just whatever. I'll help.
all right. The tooth pain thing seems like a decent idea, except maybe it doesn't kick in until it's already taken off a finger or whatever it's biting at. I think Ez helping with the muzzles priority one, and I ain't leaving it alone. This is my possibly stupid idea, so I'll take responsibility for it until whatever next decision has to be made.
I can also learn about it if you'd let me do an autopsy of it. I mean, I could learn the things that it eats and how long ago it's eaten, and maybe we could figure out something about where it lives, or I don't know, stuff based on its diet.
I don't think we're aiming to kill it quite yet, but I'll keep you company while you keep an eye on it, Salinger.
Maybe 24 hours at least.
Okay. I don't know how quickly it digests stuff. It could all be for nothing. It could be empty. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I might find out what its excrement looks like for you so we can tell the area that it's been before.
Gross. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll go
yeah,
talk
well,
to...
you're talking about cutting it
That's
open.
disgusting.
Yeah, that's just normal stuff, not poop. I'm gonna go get
Poop's
Esmond.
normal. Everything ends up as poop.
Oh,
Gross.
you all are too gross. I cannot stand it. All right, this is for the safety of the entire town and not because you all want to examine poop and things. Ugh, god damn.
Well, if we want to see how it moves and paces, we probably want to give it its legs back. I will see while it is unconscious if I can pull one of these harnesses around its body and then do like a several points, 4 points maybe around the stall. Can kind of keep it webbed. I guess it depends on if we want to give it more range or no.
You probably just want to add... Looking at it, it's probably going to take that muzzle off. Pets do it all the time. If you wrap it like that, they just... But... Alright, I'm going to go get Esmond for a real muzzle, I guess. And then hopefully you guys can figure it out. And do you want me to come back here afterwards, or are you guys good to go?
Yeah, come back here. Come back here with the goddamn muzzle.
I don't have to be the person to deliver it. I don't even know how long it's going to take him to make it.
And also because we think you're cute, Ava. Show your face.
Other people think that too, and they deserve a chance to see me. Alright. She's going to leave.
Your adoring fans await.
She's going to go get the muzzle from Esmond or talk to him about it.
Oh my god, I stan a self-confident Ava.
Ava's departed. Anything else that you guys want to do here in this scene?
Not right now, no.
Sometime later, Ava.
Oh.
Welcome back. You move through the streets of town. Where'd my...
He's like, where's my more spooky sound?
Don't say that.
Where's my drama button?
You're working your way through the alley that circles around to get into the Clockwork Heart, and as you stand there in the alleyway, you realize, a giant, perfectly circular hole in the outside wall of the Clockwork Heart.
You actually, as you notice it, you see Esmond walking up with a 2x4 and a hammer, and he starts trying to cover it up.
Who notices this? Who is there?
Just Esmond and Ava.
Esmond, you have a hole in your wall.
Yep, I do. I appreciate the help in observing. I hadn't noticed it before. Fortunately, I have these 2x4s to help with this.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. Yeah, that was that was an experiment gone, I guess, wrong. Yeah, it went wrong.
Were you trying to make a square?
Triangle, actually, but, you know, we're getting there. Shapes are hard. Anyway, what's up?
They want to see if you can make a muzzle for the creature so that it won't bite people.
Okay.
And Peach said you should be the person to deliver it, not me.
Esmond, roll blacksmithing tools.
What should I roll that with?
Do you have blacksmithing tools proficiency?
I do.
Yeah, just roll it. Intelligence. Ah, yes. You know exactly what to do.
Huh, okay, sorry, it was acting weird for a second there. Muzzle, I probably have a couple things lying around that I could throw something together real quick, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Does nobody have an inspiration to give?
Kevin has one.
I do have an inspiration, that's right.
Oh no, don't use that.
Chris, I think I'm gonna use that.
Fine. That's much better. 19. Yeah, you or Kaveth would be pretty good at this. Either one.
I mean, yeah, I could probably throw something. Well, I mean, I could throw something together, but it probably wouldn't be very good with just. I haven't seen these things in action. Really, how strong is it? I don't. I need like a baseline or something before just making a muzzle.
At this point, Araya, Casey, or Seifrid, any of you are welcome to come around the corner.
What's happening over here?
He's trying to make a triangle.
I'm failing miserably so far, but now I'm also being asked to make a muzzle. So, you know.
She's gonna investigate the round exploded hole in the side of your building.
It's not an explosion. There's no marks or any kind of burning along the edges. It's just a perfect circle in the wall.
The Terminator showed up.
Yeah, she runs her hand along it and is just like.
To be clear, the muzzle is for the creature, not the wall.
Seifrid appears from seemingly nowhere and peers curiously at the perfect circle as well.
Maybe I should just install a window at this point. I mean, man.
This was your attempt at a window. It's not a very good window.
It's a very good window. It's like really, look, it's perfect.
I can see through it without any issues whatsoever. It works exactly as a window should.
What is the diameter of the circle?
let's say 3 feet. I don't know.
3 feet.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Wait. Okay, so a 3-foot diameter circle. Okay.
Wait, diameter, radius? I'm thinking radius.
Oh shit.
So big enough for a person to walk through, or just like 3 feet from one end of the circle to the other?
The latter, that one.
Smaller.
Oh, actually, it's kind of a unique window. It's just not particularly secure if you don't have a shutter on it.
I have shutters at the Physicris office, and that's not secure either. She looks at her, at Seifrid, accusatorily.
Well, I have always been one to experiment, right? It's just another project.
I'm gonna look inside for whatever project might have caused this. Is there like a laser beam pointing at the wall?
Well,
Seifrid will climb into the window.
You also notice that the table that was set up against the wall is kind of just also has like a spherical, like a circle shaped directly in the center of it, and has just kind of fallen in on itself in the center.
As Meant? What the fuck?
I'm not very good at building windows, as it turns out.
Yeah, your tables could use some work too.
Why'd you put a window in the table?
I'm experimenting. What of it?
But what's your plan for the muzzle? Surely better than your plan for the window at the table.
Well, muzzle is easy enough. It's just a means of keeping something's mouth closed. But it's that weird creature which is definitely strong enough to tear through wood or leather. A muzzle for that thing would need to be made of some kind of metal material, which would take time to craft, more time than I think that the Verdict would be willing to give us, considering what he wants accomplished in the immediate. Maybe I could draft together some blueprints and pass them along to a blacksmith and have them make it, and then...
I mean, Kabeth is really quick and really handy.
Kabeth doesn't work with the at the blacksmithery, though.
Where have you been?
Yeah, Esmond would probably know that. That was like a time skip thing. Kabeth is working in the blacksmith now ever since the events of previous.
I mean, of course, I should just ask Kabeth. She's probably great at this.
Yeah, Kabeth could pull anything together, especially if you give her blueprints.
Casey comes entering into the... Are you guys inside or outside?
Alleyway
Both.
Some
Yeah,
of
a
us
little
are
bit of
inside. Some are outside. All of them are talking through a circle.
Casey would enter, I'd probably come in through the door, kind of distracted, holding 3 flasks of oil. And it's like, Esmond, I think I have a good idea for the portal. Did I make a wrong turn and end up at the temple? Because it's looking a little holy in here. Esmond, are you
Rhea
out there?
smiles wide. She's like, hey.
He'll walk over to the hole and kind of stick his head out. Ez, this is awesome. It'll squeeze through.
They could have been better, but my calculations were very off. I'll get it sorted out.
Is there a hole in the building across the street?
No, it's just in the workshop.
Just the workshop.
Everyone roll. No, you only do roll perception check. Anyone who wants to notice. You see that Zephyrus is fallen inside the workshop. And there's one of the lanterns on the wall. It's casting Zephyrus's shadow on the wall. And he's like staring at it, flying back and forth.
Okay, Zeph, did you you didn't happen to see anything approaching the village, did you?
And Zephyrus like spins around at you, and you see the shadow darts all across the wall and then into another room.
Our communication isn't great, but we're working on it. Tell you what, let me get together some blueprints on let's just call it a steel trap, and I can pass that along to Jabeth, and hopefully it shouldn't take her too long to fix it up, and we'll be able to leave in the morning still.
Okay. We have to figure out someone who's going to stay with the creature while we go out and do the road thing and the temple stuff.
You get the Verdict to do it. He's not doing anything
Here
else.
from the edge of the alleyway. I could do that. Hello? I wasn't listening, but I could do that if you make the muzzle.
Esmond,
Except from the
Esmond-
blueprints.
Esmond will stick his head out from the hole in the wall.
So
You are not going anywhere near that thing. Shalati will kill all of us. No, you don't get to.
Yev could totally do it.
No.
He's been around farm animals his whole life.
No. Shalt said I have to keep the entire town safe. The entire town is my responsibility while you are gone. So I'm only doing what she has said me to do, and I'm in charge.
I feel like that's a loophole with what she said.
It's my responsibility to find all the loopholes too.
Well, I mean, we don't have to say what Shalati would want. She's there right now, and if she doesn't want him there, I'm sure she'll send him away nicely.
Yeah, Shalati is certainly capable of saying no completely on her own, and then we didn't say yes and get in trouble with Shalati. And, yeah. I mean, problem solves itself.
She did find a loophole. She's been spending too much time with O. We gotta stop that while we still can. Anyway, yeah, I'll tell you what, you can run the blueprints to Kibeth, let her know, give her the rundown on what we need, and when she's done, you can run the muzzle up to the creature, and you can talk with your sister and figure out what your responsibilities can be.
Oh, that's a great idea. And he goes over to Casey and reaches behind his back and takes out a flask of oil, hands it to you. I found one more.
Nice. This will come in handy.
Okay. That's all.
Esmond, you should ask Casey why he has 4 flasks of oil.
Ava, I think you're right. Hey, why do you have 4 flasks of oil?
Because they're bound to come in handy. You're all about preparedness, right?
It's true. Ava, he says that he's going to bring it because, it's good to be prepared.
I'm not...
Do you need some more? I have a little.
I think I locked up for a minute. Would you say it's true?
Yeah, peeks his head around the corner. He's like, it's a slick idea. And then he runs away.
He is learning a lot from you. I have a little, if you want more. Or is it too much?
No, I can... If you're not using it, I mean, you could keep it for your,
Well, she blushes and shuts up.
Speaking of, he kind of goes over to her and says in lower tone, speaking of, I can show you like a couple tricks to control the fire a bit more.
I'm good without the fire.
So
Less fire, less.
No, he'll stay nice and small, but have a nice flicker to it. I can show you. Don't worry.
No, that they're really beautiful without fire. Really beautiful without fire.
Cyphered appears ears first in between. Sounds like mischief, guys. Maybe get a room.
I think they should do it outside. I mean, the inside sounds more dangerous.
I keep locking up. Hang on, I'm going to restart real quick. I just heard sounds like mischief, and that's it. I'll be right
Locking up could be an excuse to wriggle away.
Oh, too awkward. I need to reset.
She's referring to her present? Y'all dirty minds.
Yeah, so are we.
Somehow I mixed up like the Snickers commercial and the Slim Jim commercial. I was like, or the Twix commercial. And I was like, need a moment. And then it was Randy Savage being snap into a Slim Jim.
It's like those AI pieces of art. Your brain just does that with marketing. Okay. Well, I guess everyone knows what they're doing. Except...
Oh, wait. Well, Casey. So...
My daughter is using the toilet by herself. 1 second.
Oh, that's exciting.
I need to be AFK for a second, too.
Well, so you're prepared. Cyphered came up, like, up, between Array and Casey and was like, sounds like mischief. Get a room. And now we're out AFK for one.
Yeah, and then it's just gonna let that moment linger. This awkwardness. This.
Yeah, I actually got to head out too.
Rhea just went running out of
Oh no! Bye, Angela. Bye, Pris.
Don't kill Yev in my absence.
We make none promises. Oh no, it's too late. We couldn't say no promises.
It's fair. You technically didn't make any promises, so it worked the same way.
I'll leave it in Yev's hands. I'm just drafting the shit. Whatever happens next is between them and God.
As it should be. Yeah, so with knowing that I mean, I guess I'll just hang out in the scene, but there's nothing else that I can think for my character that needs to be done for Ava for the evening.
I'm just trying to seal up this hole in my wall. Y'all are being a real nuisance.
Small town hole in the wall.
Okay, good. She's back. This moment can.
What?
All right, we're gonna continue. Pick up right where we were.
Okay. Oh, what?
We're Araya, shut up.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. She's speechless.
Cypherid finds takes a seat at the like broken in table and kicks up her feet, settles in like she's gonna hang out for a while.
I'll show you later.
Did we all head to the inn together?
You guys are still standing in the alleyway or inside the Clockwork Heart. There's a big hole in the wall from some experiment of Esmond's.
Maybe let's all go to the Wanderlust where there's food and fewer chances of. She looks at the wall. Random.
Oh my God! When did Peach get here?
I'll help you hang up like a curtain or something.
Peach has message, so you can always hear Peach's voice no matter what.
Out of range, unfortunately.
Araya, we'll climb through the hole, rummage around inside for like a sheet or something.
We
should just like a sheet or something to put up over the large hole in the wall of the clockwork.
Some draft paper.
This isn't gonna work.
I have a pile of. I have a pile of 2x4. You know what? Let me just get snacks. This is okay.
Araya, you should just try to help him without asking.
Here, I'll hold it and then you hammer it in, okay?
No, you don't have to.
No, but it's.
He loves help. He doesn't like to ask
Esmond,
for
you're
it.
not letting us do anything, and you're blowing a hole in your lab.
I didn't. It wasn't an explosion. It was not an explosion.
It broke. Were you inside the area of effect?
I was not caught in the not explosion. Yes.
Okay. But let's just, wind and dinosaurs.
Yeah. Let me. Let me get some snacks for everybody, I guess, since Cypherid has now claimed one of my tables.
No. Please, by all means, let's get this muzzle business on the road so that we don't have a loose Aranakis running around with its mouth open.
Okay, priorities, right.
Ava, will you help me? They can handle this and we can handle that.
Esmond, like as you're talking, Esmond immediately just turns around, walks to one of his other workbenches, and starts scribbling and drafting some blueprints for the steel muzzle.
All right.
Reaches over your shoulder to find a hammer and grab it.
Placing another hand on his shoulder as she reaches over.
My personal bubble, no.
Not in your bubble!
So, oh, I guess.
Esmond is fine. You never know when you need to blow a hole in something.
As we slowly pull back, Esmond urgently scribbling on drafting paper. The other characters gathered around inside or outside, gaping hole in the side of the clockwork heart. We see Ray's tail grab one of the magnets. It's pulled under her skirts.
She pretends like she doesn't notice and pretends like you don't notice either.
Back at the farm, Shalati and Salinger stand looking at this slumbering Aranakas. Little bruises on the side of its little face. It's cute. Baby lizard face. In distant western forest, there's heavy steps of a large creature. There's a flickering of an unstable portal. Bit of sand. A stick falls through it. On the other side, a distant world. Creature approaches, crouches down, picks a small stone up off the ground, picks it up, turns it over, cants its head before it puts it in its belt pouch. Alright, and that's where we'll end for tonight.
Yay!
Could this
How
small
wholesome.
creature be?
That was so
Thank you
much.
so much. That was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was fun, yeah.
It was fun. But what did I miss? Like,
You didn't miss nothing. You're all right.
No one got pulled into a cold either.
We went on
we know.
hold when you stepped away.
okay.
You
I
just
am suspicious of all.
no. You just left with
can-
yeah. This wonderful tension in the air between Casey and Rhea, and then you just left, and the tension just had to linger for the entire time of your absence.
I'm sorry.
It was great.
Yeah, it was weird. Araya was like, "My kid's using the bathroom on their own." She ran out and I'm like,
She was like
I didn't
legit
even-
toppling
kid.
off. Sorry, she was like toppling off of the toilet while trying to reach for toilet paper. It was about to be a pee disaster that I would have to clean up.
Fair.
Okay. To be fair, Casey makes all the situations like.
Well, the funniest thing is that I realized afterwards I could totally have controlled the flames on the tips of your horns.
I made them
During
less
that scene.
terrifying.
Yeah, and not like accidentally set part of you on fire, but
Yeah, a little bit on fire.
I forgot.
It's okay. He's young. He'll get more smooth as he gets
But-
older.
He is serious about teaching you to control fire. Like, you can tell he genuinely means that.
You have to start by controlling the fire in your heart.
She meditates. She's good at things.
What's up with that klepto tail of yours?